Hey, HadesOmega here. So I'm doing a video on the 2019 Yamaha Niken and the Niken GT. I kind of feel weird why everyone calls it Niken, even the Japanese. So I want to talk about the name first. So I thought the name was supposed to it's supposed to, like in Japanese, ni is two, and ken is like a sword. So it's like two swords or two blades, kind of like it has like two wheels in the front, and that's what I'm thinking. Niken. It's just should be pronounced Niken. In Japanese, it would be Niken, but everyone just calls it Niken. So I guess like kind of like Nike. So anyway, we'll get over to what it's called. They call it a Niken. I don't know why. Everyone calls it a Niken, even though in Japanese it's pronounced Niken. So I got to ride it today. Yamaha doesn't let you record video while you're riding anymore. They kind of used to. They're like the easiest ones to do demo rides with. So that's one thing I liked about Yamaha. But now they don't let you shoot a video while you're riding. So I got to just do like an kind of like after video thing. I got some video clips of the bikes. I walked around. I took a bunch of pictures and stuff. So you can check those pictures out. They'll be like somewhere in the video. I'm just gonna talk about my experience riding it, and yeah, you guys won't be able to see what I was riding, but the video will be quicker, I guess. So it's the Niken is a leaning three-wheel motorcycle is what it is. And I like to emphasize it is a motorcycle. It's not a trike. You ride it like a motorcycle. It has three wheels, two 15-inch wheels in the front, and I think it's like a 17 in the back. They had the Niken and the Niken GT. Let's go over the differences between the Niken and Niken GT. I did ride the Niken, but I didn't ride the Niken GT, and I think they're pretty much the same bike. The Niken GT is set up for like touring. It's a sport touring version of the Niken. Niken is just kind of you just ride it type of thing. The biggest differences were in the Niken GT, and I got some video clips of it. You'll see them later. I'll put some subtitles and stuff as I go along. But the Niken GT has a center stand. It has a bigger windscreen, wider windscreen. It has two 12-volt outlets. There's one in the front and then one where like the passenger would sit. However, on the Niken, you can add the 12-volt to the back if you wanted to. There's just like a kind of like a blank spot there. What else is it's already kind of got like a tail rack sorta where you can put a top case on it if you wanted to. It has saddlebags. It has like a saddlebag system with it's kind of like a semi hard bag. I'm gonna say it's like kind of. It's got like a plastic shell to it and stuff. And it has heated grips. Those are pretty much the main features that the GT has over the Niken. And the Niken GT is $17,300, I think, and the $17,300, and the Niken is $16,000. So pretty pricey machine. And if you don't know, the Niken is based off of is largely based off of the Yamaha Tracer 900 or the MT-09, or it has a CP3. It's a triple cylinder 900cc motor, or the old FJ09. Just like that. If anything, it's more. If anything, the Niken is like a MT-09. And then the Niken GT is more like a MT-09 Tracer. So there you go. Both the Nikens had cruise control, so that's pretty nice. I do like that. Both of them have quick shifters. The shifting was pretty good. Shifting at lower RPMs was kind of like was a little jerky and stuff, and you can hear the engine like cutting the spark and everything. And quick shifter is best to use at like high RPM. So it has a lot of grunt. It's got that fantastic 900cc triple motor that that we've all come to love. It has 3 ride modes. It has and they're just like 1, 2, and 3. 1 is like the fastest, the most responsive throttles, I want to say. And then 2 is like your standard mode, like in between, and then 3 is like your B mode or rain mode. I didn't really try number 3. I did 1 and 2. 2 is good if you're just kind of just riding around town, stoplight to stoplight, the throttles, like it's a lot smoother, and probably 3 is probably even smoother. So 1 is like, 1's just a little bit snatchy, I mean, I guess if you're really careful, you could just ride it in 1 all the time, But yeah, it'll go. It's got a lot of power. It sounds great. It's smooth. The bike was what's the word? It's really comfortable to ride, and it's wide. Oh, it feels really wide. What can I say? Yeah, it just feels really wide. The bike in general feels wide. It doesn't feel like you're riding a 3-wheeler. It feels like you're riding like a big motorcycle, like you're riding one of those big cruisers and stuff. It's a little odd because you can't see you can't see the wheel in front of you. Like you got this big kind of dash in front of you with the fenders and everything, and you can't see the wheel. The only way you could really see the wheel is if you kind of looked around the fender a little bit, then you can kind of see them a little bit there. But you got the 2 wheels in there, so like if you kind of want to like place the wheels somewhere, it's kind of hard to judge where the wheels are, like if you were trying to go over a bump or something. But yeah, the ride was really comfortable. It was really comfortable, nice upright stance, even on the Niken, just a regular Niken. I only rode the Niken, so that's the only one I can really talk about. But the GT, I imagine it's very similar. Yeah, you ride it like a normal motorcycle. It leans like a normal motorcycle. I didn't really get to push it around the corners. The route that we took was kind of tame, is what I want to say. I wanted to lean it a lot more, but they say that thing is really good for carbon canyons because you got all that front wheel traction. I'd imagine you'd have more grip, more traction, grip / traction. It does have traction control, which is, you can adjust it too. I think there's a 1 and a 2 mode, and then you can turn it off completely too. I think the bike has to be like off or something, or you have to be stopped for it to turn off. Yeah, and you just ride it like a normal bike. That's all I'm gonna say. You just ride it like a normal motorcycle. It will not stand up on its own, so you gotta put your feet down. If you don't, it'll fall over, and I don't know what it would be like if a Niken fell over. That's one thing I ask myself, like, what if a Niken falls over? It is nice that the Niken GT has a center stand, and it was fairly easy to get it on a center stand too. It's a good center stand. Yeah, you just kind of just ride it like a normal bike. It's got that 900cc power. It had plenty of grind. Didn't feel slow at all. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like maybe if I rode like a Tracer 900 and then the Niken side by side, yeah, maybe the Tracer 900 would be faster, but I couldn't tell. I didn't do that, so. But it had plenty of get up and go, and it sounds fantastic. I love the sound of that motor. Yeah, it was really smooth too. It was smooth to ride. It wasn't vibey at all. It felt like you could ride it all day. It just felt like, you were riding like a big cruiser or something. But yeah, it's a very sporty cruiser. I didn't get to lean it over that much. I did get to hang off in one turn, and it was pretty nice. Yeah, so I don't know. That's about all I can think of. I'll go over kind of like the features. It did have like a cruise control. The cruise control is a little kind of goofy to use. There's like there's a set button and a resume button, and then there's like the cruise control has like 3 buttons. There's a set, a resume, and that's all like on a little rocker switch, and I'll show you that on the video later. And it has a button to like actually activate it. A little button. It has like a little speedometer symbol, and I think that's what you use to set the speed, and like it actually turns the cruise control on. or no, I think you use that to set the speed, and then you press set to actually get it to activate. It was kind of confusing. Freaking lie, dude. Um, it took me a while to figure it out. The Yamaha cruise control it's not super simple to operate, but I'd imagine if you owned the bike, it would be pretty easy to operate. It did, like I mentioned, it does have two traction control. The GT has heated grips, and everything is pretty easy to operate on little dash. It has like kind of like a negative display kind of dash LCD type thing. Um, yeah, and I don't know. It was kind of early in the morning, so it wasn't that warm yet. The bike wasn't cooking me or anything. It wasn't getting real hot, so that's good. Yeah, yeah. So that's really all I have to say about riding it. It was really comfortable. It had plenty of power. I wish I could have pushed the bike more. It really does ride like a motorcycle. Like they say, you do really just ride it like a motorcycle. Except you got to put your feet down. You got to put your feet down when you get to a stop. It's really wide. I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, and I could get like I can almost flat foot it, almost, but I was like on the balls of my feet, like not tippy toe, but like on the balls of my feet. So and it's wide when you sit on it. It's really wide, but it makes it that's what makes it comfortable to ride because it's really wide like that. For you like riders with shorter legs or they're not as tall as like me, like 5'10", you're gonna have some trouble riding it because you got to be able to get your feet on the ground. You could probably one leg it, be okay, I guess. It was it balances really nicely too. It felt really balanced, and what's the word? You can ride it really slow, smoothly. It's very easy to balance. I realized that because I rode the R3 after, and I mean the R3 is a totally different bike, but I had trouble riding it really slow. Like I tried to do kind of that slow race stuff where you just let the bike kind of just crawl a little bit, and the steering was hard to operate on the R3. But the Niken, no problem, man. It's a piece of cake. It rolled so smoothly, and it balanced so well. It was really nice. I really liked it. I wish I could have rode it in the canyons, to carve it up. But yeah, if I could find one to rent, or if anybody would like to lend me their Niken for a day, so HadesOmega can do a proper review on it, then let me know, because Yamaha doesn't let me ride their bikes with my camera on anymore. So, and I will honor their wishes. So it's fine. At least to let me ride their bikes. It's all good. Yeah. So that's what I gotta say about it. It was like riding a motorcycle, and HadesOmega, he likes riding a lot of weird bikes, like electric motorcycles and Polaris slingshot, all these kind of weird kind of motorcycle dealies. I like it. And the Niken, that ticked all the boxes. Like, yeah, it's a strange contraption, man, but it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those and going for sport touring. Oh yeah, also I did stand on it too, and it is really comfortable to stand. It's not like it's not like a dirt bike or anything, but like you could stand up and it was pretty comfortable. So if you needed to get up, because there's a bump or something, or like a speed bump, you could do it. And I'd imagine you could probably. One thing that kind of interests me is what if we could ride that thing like in the dirt, like on a gravel road or something, or a fire road, something real, easy, and nothing like rocky or anything, because you got so much traction in the front. That would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice to ride that thing like on a dirt road or something. I think you could totally do it. And one of my complaints about the Tracer 900 was, or the MT09 Tracer, was that standing on it wasn't very comfortable. Like you're kind of like leaning forward and hunched down. The Niken was actually pretty comfortable to stand on. I was surprised. So you could totally stand on it if you needed to like go over a bump or something, or you were gonna go ride it off road somewhere. I'm wondering how that would be. Like, I wonder what it would be like to make like a kind of like a Niken scrambler. Just put like some adventure bike tires on it and just go ripping up on some fire roads and stuff. I think that would be a lot of fun, dude. And like, you know, you got the traction control, so it'll keep you in line. Because you got all that power going to the back, right? You get so much grip in the front, you know. So yeah, I would really like to just take that thing on like Mount Hamilton and just shred the canyons with it. But I heard it's a lot of fun. I heard that it has a limited lean angle too. Like I guess there's like a lean stop or something. Like it won't lean past like 45 degrees. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, there you can only lean it so far, but you can get your lean on it. So it'd be fun to ride it on the track too. So yeah, that was my experience riding the Yamaha Niken, and I got some. I got to oogle both the Niken and the Niken GT, and so yeah, so we'll just go. We'll transition now to the videos of the bikes and the pictures. All right, and the specs will be at the beginning of the video. All right, HadesOmega. so cool. Okay, so here's kind of like how the controls work on the Niken GT. You got a menu switch here, and then I got a selector switch here. The selector toggles like whatever happens on the screen here. So right now it's in info mode, so I can change to odometer, trip 1, trip 2, MPGs, average MPGs, engine temp, air temp, and then if I hit the menu button, it moves it to the heated grips. That's how you activate the heated grips, and then you just go 1, 2, 3, and off. Oh, okay, you have to go back down. That's kind of goofy. So if you want to turn it off, you gotta move it all the way down. So. But you use this to adjust it. It's pretty cool. So I think to turn traction control off, you hold the traction control button down. Now it says it's off. I don't know if that has anything to do with the ABS. There's a traction control 1 and 2 mode also. There's a gear indicator right here. Quick shifter. This Niken has quick shifter. Your tachometer's up here. Speedometer here. There's a clock down here, and then your gas gauge is right here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's got a cruise control also. Basically, I guess you have to be riding for it, but you have to get it to the speed that you want it to go to, and then hit. I think you hit set, and then this one actually sets the. I don't really know what this does. I know this one. I think this one turns it on, and then this one sets the speed that you want it at. So you can see the little tachometer dealie or speedometer. That means you've set a speed, and then that activates it, I think. But it works. It's pretty cool. And I guess you can increase the speed or lower the speed here, resume, just like a regular cruise control on a car, you know. Now you got high beams and low beams. There's a pass here. Okay, so this is a momentary high beam, and then yeah, it's high beam, and then pretty cool. There's a power outlet here. Your mode buttons are all here. Oh yeah, let me go over to mode buttons too. Sorry for the background noise, but there's a mode switch here, and they kind of made it so like you have to roll off to actually use it. Yeah, but you can only adjust it while you roll off, or you're at a stop. Basically, you just flick it to the left, and it changes your modes. And you got modes 1, 2, 3. They said 1. It only goes one way too. You can only go one way. So 1 is the most power. 3 is like your rain mode, and 2 is like in-between mode. There you go. That's pretty much the Niken GT in a nutshell. The Niken is, the regular Niken is pretty much the same thing. I don't think it has heated grips. I think that's about it. And it does have this. The Niken GT has a center stand. I'm sitting on it right now. Pretty rad. There's another power outlet down here on the GT, and there's a compression adjuster here. Yeah, so on the GT model, there's nothing here on the GT model. I guess you can add a second one if you wanted to, though. There's a quick shifter right here. There's no center stand. I don't know if you can add one. This is the GT right here. The GT has gold forks, and while the other one has like kind of the bluish purpley forks. Pretty cool. The mirrors fold up or fold forward. It's kind of like a car tire almost, like it's got lug nuts. The back is just a regular axle though, yeah. It's got LED headlights. Here's what they look like. Oh yeah, the bike has some coding. Well, that's what the running lights look like. But I guess you have to actually turn the bike on. Pretty cool, and it's got saddlebags. The GT version has saddlebags. So it looks like you can put, there's a mount here in the back for the Niken GT where you can put like a top case or a trunk. That's pretty nice. The regular Niken doesn't have that. It just has a grab handle. I'm sure you can probably get some kind of aftermarket dealie for it though. It has a hugger type fender. Oh, that's really floppy. I don't like that.